Was that SportsCenter a one-off? Are you going to do it again? Do more of it semi-regularly, or?
Oh, it's definitely not a one-off. I had a blast. I mean, it was 22 years in the making, and it was a dream. Awesome. Loved it. I don't know when I'll do it again, but I'd love to for sure. I know we're having conversations about finding a date, but I mean, the NFL, my show's launching September 2nd. My third and fourth shows on Disney Plus and ESPN app everywhere and ESPN radio. Shows 1 and 2 will be from this chair. After show 2, I'm going to LAX down the street and hopping a flight to Sao Paulo, Brazil, where I'll be doing my show Thursday and Friday in advance of calling the YouTube game between the Chargers and the Chiefs. And then I come back and I land, I sleep, I wake up, and I do the first game day morning of the year of the 2025 season on NFL Network. And then I go home, I sleep, and then I'll wake up and I'll do week 2 here on Disney Plus and ESPN. And so there's lots going on.
Yeah.
I've got 2 London games on my docket coming up. Very fortunate to have all these things. Happy to endeavor a SportsCenter again, if not plural. And even from Bristol. I mean, going back there and, I probably left something there I got to pick up. I don't know. So yeah, I'm here, man. I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to dive in and get back into this mix. Looking at ESPN for 22 years as them, it's refreshing to not feel that way anymore, man.
Yeah.
It's refreshing to not feel that way anymore. And everybody, Jimmy Pitaro, Burke Magnus, Dave Roberts is a guy I want to shout out. That's the executive who really zeroed in on this show and me and wouldn't give it up as a possibility. Mike Foss has been just phenomenal. I'm dealing also with the Good Karma Brands folks. Megan Judge is another executive there who's been so opening and welcoming, and Justin Craig, who I used to work with when I was the first voice of ESPN Radio's MLB coverage back in the late 90s, mid 90s or what have you. I'm just giving shout outs left and right. I'm probably leaving out some other people, but it's a different management team and a different sensibility that I'm enjoying being back in the mix. And they've been so welcoming, and I haven't even done a show for them yet, here. And there's a bunch of Disney Plus people that I can't wait to meet and get to know and dive in. I'm ready to dive in. So, of course, I wanted to keep doing stuff like that. And I'm very fortunate to be able to have a show like this that affords me the opportunity to come back as a partner. I'm a partner with Disney. We're creating the co-brands of this logo right here on the mug and Disney Plus, and we put them in the screens here for me to just, suss out what does it look like. And I'll just, see my Running Man logo with my name next to Walt Disney's signature with a plus next to it. And I will just catch myself. I'm like, that is a badass co-brand. Like, how lucky am I that this is the manner in which I'm coming back and getting back into the SportsCenter world and figuring out how I do fit into the world of Disney and ESPN that's larger, and they're open to the ideas of it. And that on top of it, that this point next year, NFL Network may be part of that, and how I would view it as an opportunity and a privilege to spearhead that iteration of NFL Network, along with all my colleagues there in the 2.0 version, in the same way I did 22 years ago this November for the 1.0. What a blessing, man. I can't believe this is in the ether right now.
How important was it to work that Stuart Scott tribute into the SportsCenter?
It was a no-brainer, man. Because throughout the years, sitting here from this chair, I had Kilborn on the show once. There was I think there was an anniversary that happened. Neither of us got an invite, Neither of us got a call. And there were a bunch of ESPN anchors from our day that were back there. And, you know, and it was great to see Dan and Keith do their big show again. I forget when it was, 2019, I think that was.
Yeah, I think it was around then.
And I thought to myself, you know what, man, will I ever get a chance to do it again? But the problem is if I ever get a chance to do it again, it won't be with Stuart. So whatever politics that I was embroiled in over the first few years that would not allow me to come back, robbed me of an opportunity with Stuart. And then cancer robbed Stuart from all of us. So here I am doing this thing, and I'm like, of course, if he was alive, I'd be doing it with him. I mean, it's just that simple. So how do I not talk about it? And I know if, you know, the shoe were on the other foot, I'd want him to keep my memory alive every possible chance that he could. Certainly when there's a platform that we were synonymous of working together, that I was returning. So they were awesome too. Again, the producers were just like, what are we doing? What do you got in mind? And we came up with the ideas. It's funny. I walked to the set, and I mentioned this on my show last week. I walked to the set, the SportsCenter set here in Los Angeles, and I walked to the seat that Stuart normally occupies first, because that's the camera left seat that I occupy on a game day morning. So just reflexively over the last 12 plus years that I was doing that, or the draft, right? That's the seat I sit in for the draft. So pretty much that's the seat I've been sitting in for much of the last, 15 years of my career. So I went there first, and some of the producers kind of looked at me like, that's your SportsCenter seat over there. And I'm like, you're right. And that kind of gave birth to the idea that night of like, let's put a chair for Stu. And we put a rundown out there, and, the shot that they created, the director and the producers, of having Stu on that screen, and, me sitting there. It's, again, another blessing to be able to do it.
Did it feel familiar? Like, it's been 22 years, as you mentioned, but the building you were doing it in is different. The studio is different. I'm sure that the staff and technology and how the show is produced is different. But did it feel familiar?
Yes, amazing. Come on, took me 5 minutes to write the open. Just getting in. I was honestly kid in a candy store. Kid in a candy store. It was great.
Yeah.
So lucky to be able to do it again. So I'm going to do it again. I just don't know when.